You know what's really curious? Have you ever heard I don't know, J.K. Rowling or like any of these other like Britbonger women who like make it their whole personality to like trans people speak about any of this? Have you heard them like make tweets about this or like talk about how like dangerous or crazy this is, or talk about how this like needs to change, or like literally anything to happen? I don't know, I just think it's incredibly curious how they spend all their time on like this certain thing while these women are literally out here verifiably watching each other get assaulted as this guy is just going to one to the other and like literally enslaving and raping them. I wanted to watch this. It's actually pretty important. So Vice decided to put together a full report, documentary style thing on, you know, the guy, Tate, to look through his past from his rise to fame, the old things he used to do and what he put out onto the internet, how he's perceived today, all the way up until his arrest and more that has come out since. And I thought it's going to be really important to watch it because there are some things in here which we may not know or may not have been able to cover that I think it's actually going to be genuinely important to go through it, because they've done some real digging, and I think it's really important that we should know about this a little bit. So I'm gonna take a look. We're gonna be playing some Risk of Rain 2 while this is happening, but make sure you pay attention to the documentary. Crazy stuff in here. Let's take a look.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere? Andrew Tate! Andrew Tate is an Anglo-American kickboxer turned
Anglo-American
whose extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the most viral man in the world.
Bang out the machete, boom in her face, and grip her up by the neck. What's up, bitch?
On December 29th, he and his brother were arrested by Romanian police as part of a rape and human trafficking investigation.
The Matrix has attacked me.
A few months before their arrest, I was in Romania trying to get access
My
to
wife left me the Matrix is real.
The War Room.
The War Room is the most powerful network on the face of the planet today.
Andrew Tate.
To get inside, I had agreed to endure a professional cage fight in Romania.
I know he's
fucking what?
He's actually in there.
Along with 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9 to 5.
Wait, this guy's doing the real work. Wait a second. Wait a second. This guy's going crazy. Okay. You know what? This is real journalism, okay? You know Elon Musk with his like cat turd pretend journalism? This is what we call real journalism. I went to a cage fight in Romania to figure out what's going on inside of Andrew Tate's war room. Now that's dedication. Who is this guy? Yo, somebody give this somebody give this man a medal for journalism. He's in the shits. He really is. He went to unironic Andrew Tate Fight Club and he made it out alive.
Better, I need to evolve. I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
This chain, hold on to it.
What I found out
My plan was to sow anarchy.
is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
This is definitely a hit piece.
I don't care.
The real story
We clearly conquered the internet.
began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Are any females in chat complaining?
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
People don't know what he's done.
Yeah, he's really torn some families apart. He's made some guys horrible.
If you haven't heard of
all for his own money.
It's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed. His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. He's been called the king of toxic masculinity.
He has said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
We're about to enter his compound in Romania, which was raided earlier this year as part of the rape and human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Wait, this guy was there?
It's true that you sequestered an American girl.
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
What about the rape accusation?
That's not true at all.
You know what? He said that so convincingly. It's probably.
Hello.
What a guy.
Is this Andrew Tate's house? I'm Matt.
Okay.
Hey, hello.
Just a second to have a confirmation from Mr. Tate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just
You've got guns?
when we're allowed.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Tate has let you in.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour. I can't show
Okay.
you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits, but I can show you some of it.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on in those off-limit
There
places.
you are.
Is this the normal level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for us?
This
or?
is the normal level of security I have in my house every day. I'm prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid. I kind of like cars.
I can tell, yeah.
This door leads to... I can't take you in there. That's classified. Up on there, I can't take you
That's
in there.
that's the dungeon. That's the oubliette.
Off-limit areas of security you're going to intercept. So when I point classified, I'm basically saying don't make them put a gun in your face.
Got it.
TV, which I never watch. World title belts. I was 4-time kickboxing world champion.
And what's this painting over here?
That's my brother.
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
No, I live here with my brother.
I love my brother.
You get the best version.
And his brother loves 16-year-olds, apparently.
I don't have loser friends. I like sitting down with people and discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk
What
about
the fuck?
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Who's this poor
Hi,
woman
by the
sitting
way,
there?
Sorry to interrupt. I'm Matt.
Georgia.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia?
Working.
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 Okay.
This is
Oh, he's like pushing her away, pushing him away. Working. She's working.
Would also later be arrested with Tate in December,
Georgiana, 2 coffees, please.
accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
She's the Ghislaine.
What are these guys up to?
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown extremely fast.
Khan Academy?
110,000 students inside of a year.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to dropshipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah, yeah.
And I talked about how
back when he had
the number one problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
Mm-hmm. That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walked around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. But you have to extrapolate it.
Okay.
For example,
Usually I just walk around with my dick in my hand, but
the man comes up.
you know what?
Like, oh, we gotta start wearing the mask. Da-da-da.
Having a new
The man
fidget
walks around
toy
with
would be
sword.
cool.
And she's like, put a mask on. He'd be like, I'm brave. I don't need a mask. I'm a commander.
I'm brave.
Fuck you. It's just a symbol of empowerment. You got your sword. Your wife starts talking. You're like,
And you beat her.
I decide what I do.
What the fuck? Oh, so you're a child?
Andrew's unashamed,
Shut up, woman.
misogynistic and violent views so far seem to match his
Man,
YouTube
she?
persona. But
It's
to
my
find out how
sword,
he's
she?
translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get a
He was
close look at
there?
his brother Tristan.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13. We have a special guest, Matt Shea, who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer, and he's going to sing us a song.
Andrew's invited his mate on our show without my consent. I'm just going to have to bite my tongue.
Man, that's crazy how that works out when you take when you do things to people without their consent.
Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell them about your singing career. Tell them where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all in
What?
the slightest. No,
I lied.
Sorry,
What?
Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied
this
to me.
case, yes.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people?
Huh? Nice one.
No, I haven't seen
You
the
haven't?
clown that hides the gay.
So
people.
you've never seen him?
No. Is he
Strange.
here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
I see him.
All right, let's be nice to our vice friend. So let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece.
This is definitely a hit piece.
No, he's
I
gonna
warned
do
my
a hit
brother that
piece.
This is a setup, and this is what everyone in the
I
chat
don't care. I'm uninterested. I've
We've-
clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the board.
You've invited the liberal news media to come
They
talk
can
in our
all
lives.
come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm
We can come?
violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion?
No, I think you're
I'm
violent because you're
You are wearing
brown.
a gun and you have knives. That does make you a little bit violent.
It makes no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Makes me security aware.
I don't
Said
want
it.
sing a
In my
song.
house. I haven't
Sing
said
like you
anything.
promised.
It's a
You
setup.
think I won't kick Vice out of my house. I think.
A few more minutes, or are we done with
no,
it?
No, you can sing now, or you're off the pod.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break. Chatting shit. Another 5 minutes, and we'll get you out of here. You can talk shit back. You can annoy us if you want.
Don't worry. No, I know. I'm just not very good at. I'm not very good at talking shit.
We've had a long career. We have to do our normal broadcasting.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys. Yeah.
Bro, this is going to be the worst documentary about us.
What they gonna say? What they gonna say?
I don't know.
He has lots of cars and money. All the women love him. He's sexist. Oh no, please don't put that on the internet. Who cares, right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on their show, the Tate content machine snaps into action.
Oh, here it comes.
Wow, already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off the phone.
Tate brothers embarrassed.
There is no... It is wild because there's no more loyal of a person on planet Earth than some random dude to a rich guy who would kill him for $10. That's just remarkable to me. Like how cuck some of these guys are. They'll give their lives away for Andrew Tate. Their entire business is set up around Andrew Tate. They'll feed their families off of talking about Andrew Tate, and that's it. It's just remarkable to me how they'll make like these videos just instantly. Like I know it's like all like rats on a ship at the end of the day. Like a lot of these types of guys who are making this type of content, all of those guys are like rats on a ship, you know? Like I highly doubt a lot of them care that much about Tate, and instead of them like genuinely caring about him, what it is that like making videos about him makes them boku bucks and makes them good money, and so they just do it anyways. But man, I think it's remarkable to be able to get this type of shit out. Well, I guess we see it like mini with like people like Hausan and Voosh and Destiny, you know. So just a little bit different. It's wild though, absolutely crazy. I can't imagine being a boy and being this cucked by one guy.
I want to make sure that my army is fighting, ethically and following the
18,000 likes, 246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it.
Oops.
Let's see what people are saying.
Did my
Tate
reward
win,
drop off
as
the top of
always.
Facebook?
I'm impressed how easily he runs over weak men's arguments. It isn't Tate posting all these videos, so who are all these people?
Who are you?
Brothers Embarrassed Vice Reporter was posted by a fan account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes, and is just posting loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account, it says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University.
This meme is very real.
And again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here. It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme.
It's a Discord.
Boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath. If someone signs up through your
I should do this with you guys.
48% of their subscription fee.
Oh, a pyramid scheme.
10,000 students to share his content online. Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loser.
I believe he's also
Some kind of viral marketing campaign
he's a
to
living
swindle
meme.
money from confused young men.
You never had the life I had, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far in my 21 years where I really wanted something and didn't get it.
He had found an arena where controversial personalities thrive.
I have to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother.
No, it's not. I wouldn't put you guys into a pyramid scheme, guys. My university wouldn't be a pyramid. His university is a pyramid scheme. My university would not be a pyramid scheme. His hair at 21. Look at the top. It is a pretty bad haircut, I will say. I haven't had it. I can't be criticized because I haven't had a haircut in like 2 months. But he recently did. He paid to look like that. You know how sad that is? Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips. Oh no. Yeah, I wouldn't put you guys into a pyramid scheme, guys. What I would do is our university would be cool, and it would be for you guys to like clip stuff from the stream and to post on social media, and not like a pyramid scheme. Just like I kind of want the like the pyramid scheme, just like without the pyramid. Like I was kind of thinking about like a conical shape instead.
One of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to events
hexagonal
in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
No.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
Hey, stupid bitch. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Did I say?
Okay, wait, I'm not sure if we can. Let me.
Public outrage simmered down after Andrew released a video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
It was just pure game. It's just what we used to do.
But what the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women.
Wow.
One of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021,
I really don't
made reference to his arrest.
I really don't trust that girl coming out and be like, "Oh, it's only game."
I was like, "Who are you?" They're like, "You're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe." And I'm like,
"Wait, this is dumb hoe?"
Did he say dumb hoe? Did he really say that?
Because I'm a nice guy. Dumb hoe.
During the same period, the Tate brothers were recruiting women for a webcam sex business and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else, because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
It was called the
slavery
Tate PhD, or pimping hose degree.
She was a fucking hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to. And I'm glad I didn't waste any more time on her, because she's never going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and fucking bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew has closed down the pimping hose degree to focus on.
I didn't know that's what it was actually called. I thought it was just called PhD because you're the doctor of sex or something. You're like he gives you a doctorate in like controlling coochie, but apparently it's PhD because it's an acronym. The pimping hose degree. Nice. He's not a pimp.
Very real.
Why would you guys say that about him? He only started a university about he only started an online marketing scheme about becoming a pimp. Okay, buddy. Interesting.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the
historic
police now looking into him for rape and human trafficking, I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women.
I can't believe this Vice reporter got on the show. I didn't even know about that.
The girls who started as your girlfriends and then work for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me a view I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that.
No.
I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl, friend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about, I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things.
I think he literally talked about being in a position of power.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but if you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that rape is a terrible thing. Point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen because, or men raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just
having
walk
a vagina
around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Oh my gosh.
Female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me, so I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before? The lover boy method?
Yeah, romantically.
Yeah, I wanna go back and look at like what that said.
So they listen to me.
Beautiful women work for me and make millions of dollars. They obey me because they love me. Yeah, I bet that's it. They clean my house and make me coffee and get naked on demand. That's how I make over $300,000 a month. Ah, slavery.
So I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before? The lover boy method?
Yeah, romantically.
It's crazy how Vice is doing more work than the literal police in 2 whole countries.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented more male suicide than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true? How can you measure that?
Well, listen, I was gonna kill myself yesterday. Personally, I didn't tell you guys this, but I was actually mere moments from killing myself yesterday. My Twitch check just hit, and it's half what it used to be, but it was still enough for a $500 gun, which is like one of the cheapest guns at Walmart. So I was going to like buy a gun yesterday and kill myself yesterday, but then I remembered. Then I got an email. I looked at my phone because I got a notification of an email from my free cams, from my Chatterbait account that I have, and it said that my favorite internet girl came online and was putting random household objects into her vagina, and I was like, I looked up into the sky. It was raining. I looked up into the sky, and I said, I want to live. I said I want to live, and now here I am today. Andrew Tate, honestly, we disagree on a lot, but on this case in particular, I mean, he's right. He's right. Anyways.
Well, it's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen one? Tell me.
Yes.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally.
No, he said female.
He speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives. To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said and on social media.
Oh, he turned him into a criminal.
It's like a virus, the things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is, I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
As a teacher, it's definitely worrisome. There are boys who look up to him, especially those that are maybe vulnerable and they're sort of going to go into the real world carrying those violent views with them.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are men's property and they get to do what they want with them. Makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny.
14.
Me and my man were gonna fuck you.
Where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
Holy shit, he literally did the crazy sword thing. He literally did the crazy, like, point the sword at the girl thing. Yeah, I don't know. So this is what I figured out is that, like, we think a lot of the stuff is a bit, but I'm personally 100% convinced that a lot of this stuff is, like, are not bits now, right? Like, he's not just saying stuff because he knows it's inflammatory and it'll get him money. He's doing it because he genuinely is insane. I'm not sure if that's like better or worse. It just kind of is. I think it's worse because then if it was, like there'd be less victims at the moment, I guess, like his direct victims. But I mean, I think it's also, you know, there could be a silver lining. So since it was real at the end of the day, it means that he's going to be scooped up and put in jail and stay in jail, instead of being able to get out and be like, oh, it's just a joke, and like never have to face consequences for his actions. Whoops. Effects the same? I wouldn't say it's the same, because if it was a bit, then the women that he abused would not be abused at the moment.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
The most hardcore of them have
when you have money and fame, you can abuse women. Crazy.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to inspire the best from our brothers. They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
Andrew Tate.
This is a cult, bro.
Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire. This inner circle is not happy that I'm here. After our testy exchange this
guy's going to get killed.
Andrew invites me to watch him train.
Have you ever boxed before?
No. But it turns out he's planning on teaching me a lesson.
Who's got spare gloves?
There you go. I appear to have unintentionally walked into a situation where Andrew Tate is going to train me how to box.
Punch me. Come on. Punch me. Knock out.
No.
Oh,
he said knockout.
It's only round one. We've only warmed up. Keep them on, bro. We've got 10 more rounds.
No fucking way.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of...
Okay, wait. I gotta be careful with this one since there's some blood. I'm going to... You saw him punch. I'm gonna keep this here for a moment.
The War Room.
Because he's gonna get hit in the face again. He's gonna bleed again.
Not only are women to be subjugated...
Sorry, that almost felt like I got knocked out.
But men defined by their capacity to inflict violence.
Okay. Tap out.
You stopped. You were like, all right, pause, time out. Like if that were having a street fight, would someone stop? No, so that's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, you.
Okay, but also in a street fight, you wouldn't be using boxing gloves.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Thank you. Hello, Hannah Reloaded and friends. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are vibing. Hope you guys are doing well. Did you guys have a good time today? Did Hannah treat you well? Who's going around getting in daily street fights? Well, you got to remember that Andrew Tate was literally a part of the like Romanian mafia. And so a lot of those guys are actually getting in street fights, but not with like their hands, with guns. So I'm not sure like how useful
this meme is very real.
Why didn't he teach these guys to sword fight? You know, why bring a fist fighter for brokies and betas? Real men fight with swords. They fight to the death. Oh man, can you imagine? Oh man, can you imagine if this Vice reporter? Can you imagine if this Vice reporter was like a trained fencer or like longsword fighter or something, and he was like, "This is for brokies and losers. You want to fight with swords, brother? You want to learn how to really fight?" And then he goats Taint in front of his like boys to like pick up the sword, and then he just runs him through. That shit would be crazy. That would have been nutty. Now, personally, I wouldn't be for it because if Andrew would have, because I'm not for violence, but that would have been nutty, I would say. This guy is a chat among journalists. This is the thing. Like, journalism is actually really important and actually like dangerous. This is why these like losers, freaks, goons, and goblins on like twitter.com emboldened by Elon Musk to think that they're journalists because they have a Google account and a Substack are not real journalists, and they're just the losers that they've always been, because they would never be willing to put their lives or their like reputation or their safety on the line like this guy is to go into the den with like actual criminals and rapists. to expose them, like this Vice reporter is. And he's not even working for like a long-standing real news organization, right? He's just a guy working for fucking Vice, bro. He's working for Vice, and he's out there doing this stuff. That's nutty. Since when has Cum Chips 57, your favorite establishment skeptic YouTube commentator who runs a podcast that gets 57 views per video, ever done something like this while he still calls himself a journalist? Riddle me that. Riddle me that, chat. Riddle me that. Real men use spears.
The War Room is a network. We have 10 meetings a year. The next one's going to be in the mountains of Transylvania. You could do it, but I don't know, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet Andrew and his inner circle for the War Room, which is going to involve something called the Test.
I've made it into Andrew Tate's War Room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000
it's the simp room
tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the Test. There is a cage fighting event.
Oh no.
Every single one of you has been paired against a professional fighter.
Why?
Fight in the cage on national television, and it's a real fight. There are two paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
That's going to be a hard no from me.
You got to get in there, buddy.
Just to learn a little bit more of what happens, and then...
He's like, guys, are we going to live?
Does anyone have any questions?
Hello, everyone. I know you paid $5,000. I'm going to watch you all get your shit beaten while I laugh and eat crackers.
If you've been walking through life too lazy to fucking train, is that your problem or my problem?
I couldn't help overhearing some
This is such a stupid man's version of a smart man. That's crazy.
What's
What's this guy's problem? You already got $5,000 out of me.
No one get fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
This meme is very real.
At the center of it all...
Wait, he's talking to the Vice reporter and he's like, guys, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. They're not gonna kill him.
I think he wants to talk to you, wink, wink. What the hell are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro.
He's laughing.
We have an ambulance. We have medics. No one get fucking knocked out. Don't worry about it.
Professional fighters?
At the center of it all was Andrew's right-hand man, Iggy Semmelweis.
You trust a guy to run your shit? His name is Iggy?
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
This guy literally thinks he's Reagan from Mob Psycho.
Beyond the War Room itself.
Only he abuses women and doesn't treat them well, like Reagan would.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry their sons. You will create legacies. Enjoying those juicy steaks, that finer scotch, those smoother cigars.
He refused to speak to us. What? But it's clear that he has a big role to play in whatever the War Room's real agenda is.
This is the War Room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the Test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
Only a third?
He said no.
They're doing something slightly different.
No, he's gonna kill them. Oh my gosh, that's the plan. The people who get up, those guys are actually gonna be fine, but the people who stayed seated, he's gonna let the UFC fighters into their room and knock their asses out. Yo, Andrew, he's so smart. Yeah, they get gunned down.
Describing the reasons they didn't do it, how that affects their life as a whole, whether they're gonna make any changes in the future to be more ready for opportunities. That's where honor comes from, right? From victory.
One of the men who said no
agrees
to speak to us as long as we hide his face.
He doesn't want to be seen.
Say no.
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring.
But I was like, fuck, professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself. And I was angry at myself. Because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of...
This guy's being brainwashed, just so you know. I'm making fun of him, but he's actually a huge victim.
Very controversial. But I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not helping myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me, right? That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here.
We have a chaperone following us. We've been told that we're not allowed to talk to anyone. What about in passing, asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by tape before we film. No other comment.
Okay, all right. Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Our chaperone vets who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions.
That's so weird.
Right-wing extremist force.
Why did you join the war room?
I don't want to be fucking stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think.
Oh, he doesn't want him to accidentally open up the doors where they keep the women enslaved.
Why is this happening to me now? What is this trying to like teach me?
About Andrew Tate specifically and the things he says online, the things that get him negative publicity. What do you think about those things?
I think he's speaking the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Interviewing under the chaperone's supervision.
Put this guy in prison too.
Restrictive.
Yeah.
No alpha craziness. He's an animal, this one.
So we can't speak to anyone?
Okay.
Who is this mysterious chaperone anyway?
Hey, man.
Matt, how are you?
Good.
I feel like I've seen this guy before.
I was wondering if we could have a little chat.
Yeah? Suits me, man. Brought over from Dubai.
Like most war room leaders, he has a sports car.
Do you want to do the interview in here?
Yeah, I don't see why not, man.
And like most people with a sports car, he's keen to show it off.
So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or the sartorial shooter. I'm one of the guys who manages organizational risk and security for the war room. So anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate that.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that Andrew, for example, says online?
Claims of misogyny or the fact that he's...
Guys, you don't understand it. If you're racist, if you're sexist, you get kicked out of the war room. We don't allow any of that stuff. Well, in the background, like banging on the walls, trying to escape. The like slave dungeon oubliette he keeps like tens of women hidden in. Right next to the room where he shreds their passports. Mind you, one moment, please. Anyways, what I was saying? Yes, we hate misogynists here. We love women. Hey, you guys doubt that? Come on, guys. You doubt that? What, you think that would happen? You think Andrew Tate's associate would do that? He would just come online and lie? Lie to the Vice reporter? You think he would just lie to a Vice reporter, bro? Really? You guys.
You know, spreading hateful words. That's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the war room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying,
I love women.
I'm not a misogynist. I provide for my women. I would stand up for my women in a violent situation.
What do you think
he is the violence
would say about, for example, what you just said, the phrase "my woman"? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase "my woman" for me ties into the very traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple girlfriends.
You're like
a
pimp. How does that
tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can provide for multiple women. And even we can go back 100 years ago, kings, you know, wealthy men, they would support multiple families. How is that a bad thing? It's only very recently that men and women have been competing in pretty much in masculine realms, in work, in career. Not that long ago, and indeed in many cultures around the world, women have never done. Traditional gender norms. And we believe in the war room, that's what leads to happiness.
Rather than a career or, like you have, you know, your own agency in the world to pursue your own goals.
The women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where, this has just popped into my head, where I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't, she wants to pursue a career or something like that?
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
Break up with her. Okay.
Driving the war room, and what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings and women were subjugated. It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling. Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command.
Wait, this is a war room promotional video? Wait a second, I have to see this. Nothing I do is performative? Where I need to see this. Give me 1 second.
Nothing I do is performative.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's an ad. Yeah, what we just looking at? That was an ad. The War Room trailer. War Room official trailer.
In a previous life, I lived 5,000 years atop Wudang Mountain. I remember every lived second. Life is competition. Competition is violence. In many modern forms of competition, we have attempted to water down the violent aspect, to replicate violence in the most sanitized way. We have...
Dude, no way this doesn't appeal to... I'm so sorry, bro. This is something Cobra moment. Yeah, big, huge Cobra moment. This is something that you only do to appeal to like 14-year-olds, bro. There's no possible way you can sit here and tell me you were 29. You can't tell me that you were 36 and you saw this video with the shitty CG snake bite following that weak ass punch to say, yeah, that's me. That's me. That's just like me. He's just like me for real. Like, come on, bro.
Full-grown men running as large and strong as possible to put a ball in a net as opposed to hurting each other. But the sentiment is the same.
You guys want a big, strong net? Any men being big and strong?
Victors and the other being losers. The largest, strongest, most beautiful tree violently crushed the surrounding saplings in the quest for resource. Every time I see beauty, I see the struggle required to create it. When I see myself, I know the struggle lived to become who I am, to live as I do.
Bro, how do you don't have that? You're destroying your cardiovascular by smoking so many cigars a day. You know that, right? You know you could like run so much longer and fight so much harder if you wouldn't spend all your time trying to look cool to like other guys who care actually too much about how cool you're supposed to look by smoking 14 cigars. This is just crazy. It's time to fight. I can't wait until I'm bigger and then I can make I can make a chat battle dome, the Thunderdome arena. The Frenzy Thunderdome, where I have multiple chatters from across the globe all come to one place, where I have them beat each other's heads in until one is crowned the victor.
The more sophisticated my understanding of the universe's state of constant war, the happier, more content and peaceful I feel. You are meant to struggle. You are here to suffer. If you do neither of these things, you are either dead or invisible. If you want people to care who you are, become familiar with pain. If you do not struggle to become an exceptional man, you are nobody. And every female will prove to you, you may as well not exist. Evolution requires pain. While others complain they do not feel happy enough, I'm happy I'm struggling. I don't want to be happy. I want to be great. This is the beauty of life as I am. We are born valuable.
Okay, this is if you do not buy my course, you will be weak. You will not know pain. And with no knowledge of pain, you'll have no knowledge of pussy. Every girl will look at you and become dry. You will be something worse than invisible, something worse than dead. You will be non-existent at all to the female race. And what life is that when no girl pines to pop her pussy for Poppy? Poppy. You are Poppy, and you will be strong. $5,000, please. What the hell is this? This is so sad. It's because it's like it's like as a guy, this is just like he's scratching at something so he's doing something so incredibly insidious. Like he's scratching at such a big vulnerability that a lot of guys have, which is like how they feel about themselves, how they feel about their masculinity, and how they feel about their like place in society, especially when it comes to how like women view them. Which is, it's so gross. It's the same exact thing that we did to guys to get them, well, we do to guys to get them to throw their lives away in war. And we did it from like the biggest like idea of this was from like, oh, like old European wars. Like if you remember, if anybody's taken history, and by history I mean just like what Europeans have been up to for the last like 4,000 years, because that's the only history that matters, I guess. Like how Europeans, they just spend their time like baking bread, building mud houses, and killing each other, and that's all that they did and all that they really cared for like 4,000 years. Like they would, like dudes would be like, I don't really want to die today, and then their moms would be like, I have no son, I have pussy baby bitch who doesn't want to go die in war. It's like all they did was like fight wars, and they'd be so happy. It's what they would like breed men for, to go die in war, and that'd literally be it. It's crazy. He's scratching at that same exact like insecure itch. You know? It's wild stuff. It's wild stuff. Because like there are a lot of guys who would like fall for this kind of thing simply because they're like disaffected and don't know what to do. And then you provide something that's so like primal, that all you need to do is like swipe your credit card, and apparently now you have access to becoming like the world's greatest man. It's just gross, dude. It's gross, dude. If you don't die in war, you're gay. Yeah, but like literally, they would do that. It's wild stuff. It's so sad. There's a lot of dudes that you know that could fall for this type of stuff if they weren't lucky enough to, you know, not be fucking Tate fans, or like be around him in any way, or just be in a bad place in their life for that to happen. This sucks. Also, no. Anyways, I just want to look at like what this is. He wearing like a traditional like Chinese shirt? Wait, what is this? Is he wearing a top hat? Look at that. What is that shirt, bro? What is this shirt? What's happening? Man, these guys are trying too damn hard to be cool. What the hell? Amish Raiden.
And my webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow. Welcome to the war room.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
So I basically have a personal slave. Isn't this great, guys?
Some of you buy, but you would be in a minority.
As the war room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
He is a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape
openly
culture.
condones and celebrates violence against women.
Hitting women. Kids are acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary.
11-year-old boys, they love
Please
Andrew
stop
Tate.
looking up to Andrew Tate. He is a bad guy.
With the PR crisis going on,
I mean, that's saying the least. He's a bad guy.
So they send an extra friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the war room experience.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha.
No, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, no, wait. You can't say that. You can't say that. And these guys would be against neo-pronouns. This guy, my man, introduces himself. It's me. I'm Alpha Wolf. My job? Be alpha. Okay.
Of the war room experience.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Okay, fair enough.
Life is all about how you deal with the pain and how you move forward. You're going to learn a lot about yourself as a man, so take it.
Alpha Wolf, help me! That's his persona.
And be tough.
All of the men in this room seem to be taking this incredibly seriously.
What's your goal for the fight?
Of course, I'm gonna try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage. If any one of them win one fight, is gonna win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker.
Wait. All their money, all their girls? Wait a second. Are they fighting and bartering for women and money? Wait a second. Is this wait, are they playing pink slips with their harems? Is this what's happening right now? This fight is a harem pink slip? Wait a second, if you lose, the Alpha Wolf gets your girlfriend, but if you win, you get the guy you beat's harem? And then the girls transfer over to you? He said all their girls, all their money? What the hell? What is happening? What is it? Andrew Tate wins. He's just watching like a supervillain. That is the goofiest fucking look I've seen in my entire life. Look at the yes. Why does he always look like, why does he always stand like that with those two fingers up against each other like he's about to perform some like Naruto Sharingan or something? What the fuck is happening? I think it's called a Sharingan, right? In Naruto, where they do those little like weird hand motions, right? Hand signs, yeah. Is that, does anybody know?
This meme is very real.
Jujutsu? Yeah. That's what I meant to say, actually. I'm a little tired, so that's what. I knew it. I'm just a little tired. So Jujutsu, yeah, like he's about to do some like Naruto Jujutsu. That's what I was about to say. The Sharingan, yeah, that's the eye power. That's the thing in their eye. Listen, like I'm a little tired. Like I already knew that. I was just asking you to make sure that you knew because like I couldn't have people who don't know about Naruto in here. So like honestly, it's pretty great. Anyways.
Male insecurity.
You're a fucking broke. You are poor. I'm the only guy on this fucking platform flying around in private jets with 27 cars living this lifestyle. Most of you are not too stupid to become rich.
Are you ready? Round one.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars for.
Oh geez, he's beating his ass.
A little bit of blood.
Andrew Tate's future on social media is hanging in the balance. Really quick. And the public backlash is spreading. I'm desperate to ask him about all of this, but first I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I've found myself in.
All right, let's go.
The winner fucks the loser. The winner has poo-poo booty hole sex with the loser live on stage. What you have to do, see, what you really think is that this is just a normal fight, but what really happens that he didn't tell you in the fine print that you didn't sign, that you signed, is that whoever pins the other guy to the floor first gets to top him. He plays Mozart. That's his entrance song.
As soon as the bell goes, Matt has passed the test. I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
He is in there. Wait, I gotta see this. You can do it, Matt. I believe in you. You get it, Matt.
Behind the scenes,
oh, he's getting throttled.
Around puts a smile on Andrew's face.
Takes gets stripped to the ground.
Oh, jeez. I can't show you that.
He's officially won me over. I can't believe he actually got in there.
Jeez, holy shit. I can't show you that.
One man was knocked out and taken away on a stretcher. The inner circle had put these men through collective...
Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. This is such like a comic book TV style of like masculinity that you can imagine. Like the only reason why this, wait, is that Haas? Wait, you see this guy on this guy? Wait, you can't show me. Like the guy standing to the right of, like the guy standing to the right of like the top hat, like fake, like what's his name? Not Alpha Wolf. The other guy who did the thing. He's shorter than everybody there. He looks like Haas, doesn't he? Yeah, to the right of the fedora guy. That looks like him, doesn't it? Like a little bit. That's not him. It looks so much like him. It looks so much like him, right? It wasn't just me who thought that, right? Dude, can you imagine if that was him? Can you imagine if that was him in the dome? That would be crazy. That would have been crazy. I'm not sure if I would have been able to recover from that. Yeah, he does need to be shorter. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. All right then. Well, yeah, this is it, like being a man isn't this easy. Okay, being a man isn't this easy. It really isn't. It's not even as easy as like Andrew Tate wants to make you think that it is. Masculinity is actually like, and being masculine is actually way harder than this. It's way harder than, it's wild. You may imagine it's way harder than being punched in the head once in like a fake boxing match or like MMA match. It's much harder than that. It's being a good father. It's being a good husband. It's being a good friend. It's being altruistic. It's about doing things that are hard. It's about doing good things when you don't want to. There's a lot of things that go into it, but it's not this. It's nothing like this. Not at all. Pretty sure there was nothing fake about these matches. Well, they're not like real MMA matches. I'm pretty sure they just like, the professional boxers just beat them up until like the ref says they can't protect themselves anymore and then they get out. It's not like a real MMA match, it seems. The guys seem like our guys seem fine, thankfully.
Of hardship and recreated them in Andrew Tate's image. Fighters.
Come here, guys. Come up to the front. He broke his hand on your head, and you're fine. So you win.
But they had also joined a movement that
he broke his hand on your head,
sexism and rape culture. While the men who chose to fight are paraded in front of the crowd, Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
Oh, here it comes.
Hold on to it. Don't let it go.
So anyone who fought, you can put your hand up, how the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have probably.
Nice one. He has such a way with words.
Right, so
yeah,
that's what I want to do.
Right now, I have new mountains to climb, and I'd love to get back here a year from now and go to the gym.
He wants to come back?
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
I want to be.
This is so sad.
The best fathers.
Dude, live like a movie, bro. Your life is just like a movie.
To suck it up, Buttercup.
Nobody's life is like a movie.
If I don't say yes to this.
Yeah, makes sense.
Whether or not they fought, all the men here paid $5,000 to the only real winner in this performance.
It's Tate.
Andrew Tate.
For the people
Wait, that's it?
And relax. There's some chicks. Don't know where they're from. Yeah, let's have fun. I hope you all enjoyed it.
There's some women. I guess you can talk to them, maybe.
We're told not to film the celebrations that conclude the evening, and it's not clear exactly what goes on. But once outside the lobby, we could clearly see a room containing naked women being photographed.
Okay, we're gonna...
With
may have
Andrew's
to...
team increasingly conscious of negative publicity, tonight could be the last chance to interview him.
Do you consider the possibility that some of the things that you've said, which have been viewed 11 billion times, may lead to an attitude towards women that could be harmful?
I accept that across all of that viewership, I have perhaps, possibly, maybe said one thing, or maybe two, that has upset a large range of people.
Wouldn't it make sense to just apologize for some of the things you've said, acknowledge that they have caused harm, and say that you won't say those things again?
No, and I'll tell you why. Okay. I'm not going to apologize for the edits of other people. I'm not going to apologize for the misunderstandings of other people.
Bro, you literally said it.
Which make me look very bad. That's not good for my life. That's not good for business.
The clips that portray you in a negative light also help the algorithm to make you become more famous and more viral.
I'm not an expert
you literally
on
said
algorithms
it.
for
What do you mean
social media
editing?
Platforms. I do not have most of them installed on my phone. I cannot control what a 15-year-old Singaporean decides to do when he chops me up and calls me names. I can't control that, and I wouldn't try to.
There has been a lot of bad press about you.
15.
That's made some nervousness within members of the war, and why is that?
Well, obviously, when people are going to continue to lie and continue to do very, very shallow, very, very fictitious investigations, people are going to lose faith in you. The media has
with how like closed off they're being, they must know that the end is near.
Truth anymore.
One thing that stands in the way of truth, for example, is when we often do documentaries, we have full access to speak to anyone we want. But in this documentary, we've been very closely watched by the sartorial shooter, Alpha Wolf, picking who we can speak to, you know, monitoring the interview. What is it that you're worried that we're going to find out?
This is low. It's low. We let you in. We tried to take care of.
These questions are unfair. Now they're crying, bro. These questions are so unfair. The fact that we told you that like 90% of the place that we're in is completely on lockdown and you can't show it, and we've had 17 chaperones carry you around, and there's guys with loaded guns waiting to shoot you at any moment, and we give like and we make sure that we first test every question that you have to ask, and you can't ask questions to whatever you want. What do you mean we're scared of you seeing something? What do you mean? I mean, like, you're basically able to go everywhere, except for the places where we told you couldn't go. But like out of some places we told you could go, you can go everywhere. Come on, man. What advice? What are these questions? Oh my goodness, I've never seen people whinge so hard over the idea of being forced to like over the idea that they're being secretive about being secretive. All right then, interesting, I guess. Peculiar, quite peculiar indeed.
You're sitting here and just attacking us for 3 hours, bro.
He just asked you a question.
Questions, and the viewers will be asking these questions.
It's a consistent leading question, a consistent narrative. Where's the question about the good he's doing for men? Well, there's a very clear narrative. I need to leave.
He did ask him about like what he's doing.
In the days afterwards, Tate is banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, that's how far ago this was.
They have shut us down. This is warfare against the West.
For a moment, it seems the deplatforming has worked. But then, he reappears on Instagram with an emoji covering his face.
You're lost. You understand you're living inside of a mechanism which is designed to control you, but you don't.
He moves to Dubai.
Wait, really?
To Islam. Sets up a new bank entirely owned by him.
Zuck just let him in?
And rebrands the Hustlers University as the real world. In the first month after being deplatformed.
Wait a second! I didn't know this. Wait, Andrew Tate became a VTuber on Instagram to come back? Really? He just became like a semi-naked VTuber? Oh, my bad, I'm sorry. I didn't need to add that part. He became a VTuber on Instagram and they just let him back? They didn't even care? You can really circumvent an Instagram ban that easily by just putting a bear filter on your face, and they'll go, you know what? Hey, come back, welcome back, buddy. That's crazy, man. What's the point of banning people then? What's the point of banning people then, if that's the case? What's even happening? Made his own bank? Yeah, I can imagine that. He does have a lot of money. Remember, he is a slave driver who uses slave labor to make his money. So yeah, I can imagine that he has like a bunch of money just like laying around that he could use to his disposal to do something like that. I don't think like transactions are necessarily that difficult to do. And since he only has to worry really about himself and like paying himself, I highly honestly, it'd probably help him a lot more with like money laundering. Since he's able to have his own bank, he just puts the money in and then goes, oh, I wonder where it came from. And then, you know, takes the money out and goes, hey cops, actually it's completely clean. It's very easy to cook books when you own the books and the paper that the books are written on. Where's the furry suit? Who could it possibly be? That's remarkable. How bad these companies are, bro. They're so ass. They're so ass. He's able to get away with that. He actually cannot keep getting away with it. And the saddest thing is that he was able to get away with it, and for way too long. There's so many people whose lives are ruined because of this man's like quest to make more and more money. But then a lot of these like social media, they should be punished for this. I do think so. I think every one of these social media companies that had like Andrew Tate on there for that long should all be fined $1 billion by the government. $1 billion each minimum. And honestly, it should be a scaling. It should scale up like every 2 months that he was allowed to stay on, they should have hit him with another, they should hit them with another $1 billion.
Platformed, he made $11 million and got 250 million views on TikTok alone. Months later, Elon Musk reinstates his Twitter account and he gains 1 million followers in 24 hours.
I have no criminal charges. There's no charges at all against me. I have not hurt any women. No women are coming forward saying Andrew hit me. Zero.
I have never hurt women. I have never hurt women.
He has never abused a woman.
I am not a criminal.
But when we get back from Romania, we finally managed to speak to some women from his past. Amelia began seeing Andrew in 2013. Due to fear of harassment from his fans, she is withholding her real name.
I always knew, even from back in the day, there was always things said bad about him. But when I'd seen him again in 2013, I thought, oh, all these rumours about him may be false because he's actually been really lovely. The first time I went around his house, because before it was like maybe 3-4 times we got on dates, we started to make out on the bed. Out of the blue, he literally just stopped what he was doing and just laid back. He said, I'm just contemplating whether I should rape you or not.
Holy! Yo!
And I promise you, within an instant, he changed. He just jumped straight on top of me, grabbed my throat, started suffocating me, strangling me. The more I didn't want to, it made him so much more aggressive to the point where he was pinning me down, hurting me. The things he was saying to me, he was like, who do you belong to? Who do you belong to? And the more I couldn't say it, the more he'd hurt me. So I couldn't see an escape. And at that point, I just gave up. I just gave up. And then when it stopped, he went to the bathroom and acted as if it was normal. So I'm like, maybe I did I want it? Did I not? I definitely said to him, please don't, and he told me shut the fuck up. Definitely got strangled. I definitely didn't want it. Did he think I wanted it? And you look back, the psychological warfare you have with yourself is like you couldn't even imagine. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't understand it unless you've been through it. Can't even say the damn word.
Have you since come to terms with the notion that that may not have been consensual, that may have been...
I know for a fact it wasn't consensual.
But it's hard to use the word.
Even though I know technically it's true, that did happen, that is what happened to me, I still don't like vocalizing it.
Amelia's method of coping with the alleged rapes was to pretend to herself that it was a normal relationship.
The abuse wasn't consensual because he knew I didn't want it, which he confirms in multiple voice messages and texts to me.
Wait, this is the person?
Am I a bad person? Because
this is her?
The more you didn't like it, the more I enjoyed it. I fucking loved how much you hated it. Turn me on. Are you seriously so offended I strangled you a little bit? You didn't fucking pass out. And all the women I've ever slept with, not a single one has ever bitched or complained like you are bitching and complaining now.
every few months, Andrew would send me on a different number a message to remind me of how dangerous he was.
I thought I'd remind you of the caliber of man I am. I am one of the most dangerous men on this planet.
Scare tactics to make sure I wouldn't go.
This guy needs to be put under the prison.
Report would always be under his
Just lift up the corner and then drop it.
Remind me that he
drop it on him.
After 6 months, Amelia eventually left Andrew when she says she began to fear for her own life. In 2014, she also decided to report the incident to police, who logged it.
A year after, I got a phone call from a police officer from Hertfordshire Police. She said to me, "We have 2 other girls that have come forward and said the exact same thing as you. Would you please be willing to come onto this investigation to make this case stronger?" And without any hesitation, I said yes. And I thought, well, if there's 2 other girls, I'm not alone now. I'm not alone.
One of those women was Sally. She was 20 when Andrew Tate approached her for webcam work. Due to fears of harassment from his fan base, the decision to prosecute based on the police's evidence would be up to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Unfortunately, they turned around and just said, oh,
hey, we just let a serial rapist on the run.
You witnessed the rape occurring. Did that not...
Who we know was a crazy rapist, but you know, sorry girls, whoops.
It's really, really difficult to prove rape. Very difficult.
The Crown Prosecution Service said in this case we carefully reviewed all the evidence provided by the police regarding each complainant and concluded it did not meet our legal test and there was no realistic prospect of a conviction.
Nice. You know, like, you know what's really curious? Have you ever heard I don't know, J.K. Rowling or like any of these other like Britbonger women who like make it their whole personality to like hang trans people? Speak about any of this? Have you heard them like make tweets about this or like talk about how like dangerous or crazy this is or talk about how this like needs to change or like literally anything to happen? I don't know, I just think it's incredibly curious how they spend all their time on like this certain thing while these women are literally out here verifiably watching each other get assaulted as this guy is just going to one to the other and like literally enslaving and raping them. And the Crown prosecutors go, yeah, whatever. They're like, get over it. Sorry. Apparently that's not illegal. Apparently that's not illegal. That's crazy. This is crazy. I don't know, man. I'm just shocked that this is allowed to happen and they just don't care. They keep giving me like these fucking credit cards. What the hell is this? Genshin Impact?
In the UK, only 1 in 100 reported rapes result in a charge, let alone a conviction. In a statement issued via his lawyer in Romania, Tate denied the assault or rape. He said, "They wanted money because I fired them. The police understood after the investigation that I am innocent, and the police found messages from the girls' phones where they were talking between themselves and planning to lie about me." Sally said the CPS sent a letter saying that one of the reasons they didn't charge Tate was because they found voice notes on our phones where we talked about whether we should tell the police that he gave us alcohol. We were talking about it because that is what happened. He used to get us drunk.
They clearly didn't.
Wow.
A text from a man to a woman saying, "I love raping you. I know what I do to you is abusive and controlling." To CPS, apparently, that's not enough. I did the bravest thing I think I ever done in my life, which was hell. 4 years of absolute hell, going through an investigation without anyone knowing, and basically to do it alone. It was all a waste.
Despite repeated requests, Tate's lawyer did not provide a response to Amelia's allegations. The Romanian investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother finally led to an arrest on the 29th of December.
The Matrix has attacked me.
Police accused them of using the Loverboy method to traffic at least 6 women into a Romania-based webcam sex business. But we now know similar allegations have dogged Tate for years. His followers are obsessed with the idea that the Matrix is conspiring against him.
It's never a secret with these dudes. Like a lot of the times they'll just tell you that they're like crazy rapists, but like people just pretend.
You know, you see all these young men talking about how he's such a great guy and he's their idol and stuff, and that's so hands on women.
This is probably one of the best documentaries I've seen from Vice in quite some time. They were really in it. Like you can't even say that it's just like things that they watched and things that they like read. He was there. He saw all of it happen with his own 2 eyes and then reported on it. That's crazy. I mean, this is like amazing work by Vice. And it just goes into the list of like the other things that have been going on. Like he thought he was on top of the world. He thought he could do whatever he wanted. And there's no more proof of that than him literally telling women that he was going to just what he was going to do to them. This is I can't even possibly imagine what was going through her mind there. Having to sit there and look at him go, I wonder if I'm going to assault you today. Like she was probably just shocked. Like human beings don't just talk like that. He's something worse. Barely human, honestly. If that. I feel so bad for them. It's incredible how like what it'll finally take to take him down is not like one of our, you know, what we would imagine to be our amazing Western judicial systems that are so good and really treat victims well. It's going to be fucking Romania. Well, hopefully. It's gonna be like fucking Romania that has to stop him because we just couldn't give a shit. Damn England. What do you think, guys? Is this a new reason to hate England? Yeah, true, unless the mob gets him first. I don't know, because Tate is 100% the guy to snitch on the mob. 100%. 100,000%. He would be more than happy to snitch on the mob and then accept like Romanian police support for the rest of his life as he's on like basically life house arrest, because like the second he steps out of his home they're gonna like lay him flat. He's 100% a rat. He couldn't care less about any other person. He's gonna secure his own and then try his best to not get killed by the people who he upset. That's wild. That's so sad. At least he stopped now. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.